ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललित श्रीविशाख अन्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिसतारिणे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्ता काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Welcome to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures. In that we are reading Bhagavad Gita in the chapter 12. And last week we had a very nice um, a discussion to understand the pros and cons of impersonal worship and personal worship. And yeah, so as we every time trying to kind of get focus on Bhagavad Gita, what we are doing through this course is basically to get a deeper faith. And yesterday we were at Shweta Mataji's home program where we were discussing what happens sorry, when one is faithless and Ashadda Dana Purusha. So a person who has no faith has to struggle birth after birth in what? Sansara, Vartmani. So Mrityu Sansara Vartmani. So this is what happens when we are not so careful, not developing the faith in Bhagavad Gita. And what does it really means to develop faith is, in the purport Prabhupada is mentioning that after reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. What is that? One should give up all other engagements and adopt to the service of the Supreme Lord. Yeah, Sarva Dharma Parinjancha Mamekam Sharanam Braja. So we know this. So how do we develop that stage? It's not a switch that is turned on and off, and immediately we are in that situation. We have to understand which position we are, what is the way best for us, so that we can we can reflect our own situation, because it's the circumstances, the conditions, and facilities, opportunities are different, and that's why a self-assessment of where we are, what kind of circumstances we are in, and is there a hope at all? Yeah. So is there a hope for me that I can practice Krishna consciousness, I can follow the guidelines of Bhagavad Gita, or am I too far away that it's really a foreign book for me, that I can't take it? That we can understand when we go through few verses of this particular chapter 12, the devotional service. So it's very important that we come to this. It's like every Sunday we are taking our time gathering here and discussing Bhagavad Gita. But are we applying it? Hmm. Are we applying it such a way that this Gita is a guide? Hmm. We all want some support. We all want some support so that when we are not sure are we doing right or wrong, we need some support so that we can seek higher intelligence because our intelligence is limited. When we seek higher intelligence, then what happens is that we have little confidence that, oh no, I am not on the wrong path, because after all, with my intelligence I am not able to have a clarity. But yeah, there are others who have clarity, who are on this path and who are advancing, who are successful and seeking their support. One day we can also be successful. That is the faith, that is the confidence that there is nothing um, impossible. Nothing impossible. It's not like uh, we are gone case. It's not like, okay, no, it's only for highly elevated people. Yeah. Yesterday I was talking with one. He was saying that I was thinking Bhagavad Gita is for people who are in sannyas order. No, this Bhagavad Gita is not only for them, but for everyone. There is no one who is left out. Why? Because Lord has given this guide which is for everyone. With that opening, let's begin reading 12.67. So because the purports are little lengthier, what I would suggest is that we rotate when we are coming to the purports. Yeah. So after each paragraph, someone um, come up and then we read through that. Hope there is some flow. Otherwise, we will again change the approach. It's fine, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then let's start with reading the verse. Hmm. So last week we tried Shashwati Mataji, if you can read the Sanskrit and translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Where are you? Yeah, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, which is the verse number?
6, 7. I think it's on the screen if you can see it.
No, Prabhuji, I
Well,
can't see.
you can't see. What about others?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, yes, I can see now.
Okay.
Bhagavad
I thought you
Gita.
need some divine vision for seeing. I was looking where I can get it. Go on.
Bhagavad Gita 12.6 to 7. Ye tu sarvani karmani mai sannyasa matpara. Ananyaiva yogena mam dhayante upasate. Tesham aham samudrata mrittu samsara sagarat bhavami na sirat partha mai abhisita shetasam. Translation. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
Yeah, first paragraph. Go on.
Purport. It is explicitly stated here that the devotees are very fortunate to be delivered very soon from material existence by the Lord. In pure devotional service, one comes to the realization that God is great and that the individual soul is subordinate to Him. His duty is to render service to the Lord, and if he doesn't, then he will render service to Maya.
Yeah. And then preparing if I. Yeah, who's next? Go on.
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
As stated before, uh, as stated before, the Supreme Lord can be appreciated only by devotional service. Therefore, one should be fully devoted. One should fix his mind fully on Krishna. in order to achieve him. One should work only for Krishna. It does not matter in what kind of work one engages, but the work should be done only for Krishna. That is the standard of devotional service. The devotee does not desire any achievement other than pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His life's mission is to please Krishna, and he can sacrifice everything for Krishna's satisfaction, just as Arjuna did in the battle of Kurukshetra. The process is very simple. One can devote himself in his occupation and engage at the same time in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Such transcendental chanting attracts the devotee to the personality of Godhead.
Yeah, thank you. Next.
Maybe I can go, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
The Supreme Lord herein promises that without delay, he will deliver a pure devotee, thus engaged from the ocean of material existence. Those who are advanced in yoga practice can willfully transfer the soul to whatever planet they like by the yoga process, and others take the opportunity in various ways. But as far as the devotee is concerned, it is clearly stated that the Lord himself takes him. The devotee does not need to wait to become very experienced in order to transfer himself to the spiritual sky. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. 1 second. I'm just resuming the. Yeah, go on. Yeah, so can you complete with this Varaha Puran verse?
In Varaha Purana, this verse appears. Nayami paramam sthanam akir adhigatim vina garuda skandam aropya yakshatim varita. The purpose of this verse is that a devotee does not need to practice Ashtanga Yoga in order to transfer his soul to the spiritual planets. The responsibility is taken by the Supreme Lord himself. He clearly states here that he himself becomes the deliverer. A child is completely cared for by his parents, and thus his position is secure. Similarly, a devotee does not need to endeavor to transfer himself by yoga practice to other planets. Rather, the Supreme Lord, by his great mercy, comes at once, riding on his bird carrier, Garuda, and at once delivers the devotee from material existence. Although a man who has fallen in the ocean may struggle very hard and may be very expert in swimming, he cannot save himself. But if someone comes and picks him up from the water, then he is easily rescued. Similarly, the Lord picks up the devotee from his material existence. One simply has to practice the easy process of Krishna consciousness and fully engage himself in devotional service. Any intelligent man should always prefer the process of devotional service to all other paths. In the Narayaniya, this is confirmed as follows.
Yeah, others can. Maybe Lisa. Can you read from here? Thank you, Satish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, okay, you carry on.
Yeah, Prabhuji. From the shloka, right?
Yes.
Yavai sadhana sampati purushasta chatustaye taya vina tad apnoti naro narayanashraya. The purport of this verse is that one should not engage in the different processes of fruitive activity or cultivate knowledge by the material speculative process. One who is devoted to the Supreme Personality can attain all the benefits derived from the other yogic processes, speculation, rituals, sacrifices, charities, etc. That is the specific benediction of devotional service. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, a devotee of the Lord can approach the supreme destination easily and happily. But this destination cannot be approached by any other process of religion. The conclusion
Maybe
of
others. Yeah. You say Sai Prabhu there, or maybe others can read.
Yeah, others can read, Prabhuji.
Okay. The conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is stated in the 18th chapter. Sarva dharma parityaje mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papyebhyo mokshishyami ma sucha. One should give up all other processes of self-realization and simply execute devotional service in Krishna consciousness. That will enable one to reach the highest perfection of life. There is no need for one to consider the sinful actions of his past life because the Supreme Lord fully takes charge of him. Therefore, one should not futilely try to deliver himself in spiritual realization. Let everyone take shelter of the Supreme Omnipotent Godhead Krishna. That is the highest perfection of life. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So this is emphasizing on one aspect. Yeah. So here we are referring to. Let me go to the verse first. Yeah. Here we are saying, "Ye tu sarvani karmani mai sannyasas mam matpara." Yeah. Ananyenaiva yogena. Yeah. So here this ananyenaiva yogena uh, is also a promising statement here, right? Because without deviation, usually we when we are not advanced, then there is always a chance of deviating because we have no taste, and when there is no taste, then the focus is also like flinching here and there. Yeah. And here Lord is saying that, but those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me. So these are the means through which we can attain success. Yeah. So one is engaging actively in devotional service and always focused, mind attached to the Lord, and for them, I am swift, no, swift deliverer. So, yeah, when we connect that with these ninth chapter, third verse, where Mrityu Sansara Vatmani, that if we don't have faith, that is a problem. But we have faith. This verse is saying that the job is quite quick and easy. Why? In the purport, Prabhupada is helping us to understand this, that first he elaborates that only way to appreciate the Supreme Lord is through devotional process. It is explicitly stated here that the devotees are very fortunate to be delivered very soon from the material existence by the Lord. So, which means the helping hand. It's not that we are all alone. It is the hand of the Lord that um, comes to our support, and which makes things quite easy. In pure devotional service, one comes to realization that God is great and that the individual soul is subordinate to Him. This this correction of understanding is very important. This correction of understanding is so important because everything relies on this. Whether we are in this material world or whether we are in the spiritual world, what is that? That to understand that I am not God. Because there is also a school of philosophy which also says that I am also God. Um, I am only a fragmental part and parcel of God. And what is the purpose of this fragment? Is to support the complete, hmm, the source. And in pure devotional service, we get to understand this and apply this principle. His duty is to render service to the Lord. Hmm? Just not just by knowing that okay, I am such a tiny particle, I can't do anything. That is a very passive approach. Thinking that the Lord is so unlimited, I am nothing, so I no. But every little part can do its own service, and if he does not, then he will render service to what? To Maya. So this is a very, very important. There is nothing like a zero. There is no state of zero. There is only a state of -1 or +1. +1 means actively engaging in the service of the Lord, which means accumulating good. What is that? Huh? Uh, uh, Even not piety, I would say. I think someone is not yet in mute. Maybe. +1 is ascending, yeah, ascending towards the ultimate goal of our life. What is that? To eternally engage in the service of the Lord. So, if you see this as a ladder, usually we see this. We may see this ladder, not ladder. What is this called? Steps. Steps in a swimming pool. Steps in a swimming pool. A few steps are above and few steps are below. Below the water level. So when the steps are going down, what is happening is actually we are drowning. We are drowning. Huh? Just visualize ourselves that this water is not just a cool swimming pool. This swimming pool water is actually the sansara sagarat. And when we are saying that this water, of course, in swimming pool we don't have any sharks or whales or all kinds of species that can be very harmful. Mm. But for our analogy, let's understand that okay, that sansar is not so easy that we can have a nice swimming experience or we so we when we are going down the steps, then we are slowly coming to the water level where our head is also drowning. So that is what happens. The more and more we are taking risk, the more and more we are thinking, only one step. Satish Prabhu, one step, how much big impact can it make? Hmm?
Right.
We think, it's only one step now, let me go down and go down and go down. Afterwards, we think that, okay, I'm completely drowning. Huh? And then just imagine there are these swimming pools which throws also waves, right? And these waves, just imagine that all of a sudden lose the control of the handle of the steps and then gone. Hmm? Isn't it very dangerous that we are allowing a little room and then now when are we going to climb up? Hmm? Just at the moment when you're in the last step, going down, and then there is no steps. Yeah, then there is no more steps. Then the more, yeah, if you leave hands, then you're gone case. Hmm. Whereas if we are climbing up step by step, then what is happening is we are actually coming, uh, we are coming beyond the limits of this water, of this sansar. We all know the effects of this, which is affected by the modes of material nature, and then the only way that we can free ourselves is by what? By engaging ourselves. The duty. It's not even a privilege. Actually, it's a duty to render service to the Lord. Why? Because we are subordinate, we are servants of the Lord. How can we be dutyless not to render service to the Master? So we should offer our service to the Lord. Whatever other things we may think are also duties, those duties are not so prime duties. If we really sit down and really check, uh, are these really such a great duty that uh, if Lord is pleased, are these duties not taken care? Yeah. So, as stated before, the Supreme Lord can be appreciated only by devotional service. Therefore, one should be fully devoted. There is nothing kind of liberality, or I don't know is the right word. Mm, mm. There is not a kind of a choice. Of course, the Lord is giving the free will whether to engage or not to engage. But we have to see that if we leave a small hole in our boat that we are sailing, yeah, this water is coming in, and then what happens? The boat gets drowned. Yeah. So one should fix his mind fully on Krishna in order to achieve him. One should work only for Krishna. It does not matter in what kind of work one engages. Huh? But that work should be done only for Krishna. Hmm. That is what we are talking about, the karma yoga. Uh, so sometimes we even have a basic question: why to even work? What I am working and then earning and then, yeah. Yesterday there was this question also, right? Ram Raghav Prabhu, you were there. Why to work and without ambition? How to work? Yeah, if Krishna is saying, don't have expectations of the fruits, but only work. But without a motivation, without an ambition, what are we going to work? For what? What purpose? And just working and giving it to some, how does it fit? Yeah, I was saying that we should work such a way that we should not get bound up in the work. The work should help us to free, liberate. This is what also we know that what are the Purusha, four in the verse that will come later, we'll discuss. What are the four Purushas in that? Liberation is there, and all of us are slowly, gradually coming either through desire or through frustration of our experiences in this world. We come to this last moksha, freedom. So when we are working, if we are from day one are aware that whatever we are doing will bind us, we should be very smart that how can I not get caught up in this business of binding? Huh? Because just like a cocoon is tying itself in the silk and again choking itself, or the spider, yeah, spider is building a nice web and then something is the fly is coming and the fly gets stuck. The more and more it moves, the more and more it gets stuck. So these our life is also we are either ourselves pushing into that what do we call this Bermuda Triangle, or maybe someone else is pushing. mm. But we should understand that if we leave room for it, then we are gone case. So one should work for Krishna. That is standard of devotional service. The devotee does not desire any achievement other than pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the only ambition, because we want to be ambitious, the only ambition one can have is this. The only ambition. That is, it's not a sacrifice. Come on. It's not like, okay, how can we, I am working hard and why should I give it to the Lord? Huh? In many ways, we are indebted to the Lord, Vibhu. In many ways, we are indebted to the Lord. Either we are having a very nice body through which we are able to function very nicely, enjoy. Uh, all these things are because it's not that I did something. Did I purchase the five elements of this world that I have this right to claim this body is mine? Even this body itself is not mine. Hmm. Yeah, there are these runas, right? Pitru run, Guru run, Daiva run. So many runas are there. We are indebted in many ways. How to get relief from all these things is not by individually addressing each and everything. The best thing is to engage fully. If we can, whatever possible in our life, as much as possible, if we can fully engage in the service of the Lord with no reservations, no restrictions. Huh? Huh? His life's mission is to please Krishna, and he can sacrifice everything for Krishna's satisfaction. So there is no other um, obligation as such that, oh, no, that is first comes, then this comes. No, here it's clearly Prabhupada is helping that. Yeah, if one can have the spirit of sacrificing everything for Krishna's satisfaction, just as Arjuna did, that is what is success. The process is very simple. One can devote himself in occupation and engage at the same time in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Such transcendental chanting attracts the devotee to the personality of Godhead. So we may think that if I already had such a great taste to Krishna, why in the first place I'll be here? Yeah, we are here because we lack the taste, but how can we get the taste is by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And of course, it's not like, okay, now I have to find. These days, everywhere, finding land and plot and flat and all these things are becoming expensive, even the holy places. Huh? No, We don't have to give up everything and first begin the job of actually searching. Yeah, we can in parallel do things where we are. Mm. Wherever we are, we can chant. Wherever we are, we can work. But important thing is that thinking of chanting is prior one, where we are doing the chanting. For that, we don't have to sacrifice everything, go to a forest. I don't know, the land in the forest is also quite demanding, right? So much um, wealth is there, natural resources are in the forest, so people are also running there to cut down the trees, kill animals. So many things are happening, so I don't know where is the safest place. Hmm. Okay, so then we go to the next part of this very nice purport, where is it the Supreme Personality, Supreme Lord herein promises that without delay, he will deliver a pure devotee. So this is also double assurance. It's not only that, okay, oh, this process without knowledge, without that, without this, if I engage, come on, my body, I'm getting weak. What is the hope now? The hope is that the Lord is assuring that he will. hmm, The path is quite simple, and not only the process is simple because chanting we can do in any situation. Even if we cannot chant loudly, we can chant softly. Even if we cannot hear, even if we cannot walk, if we cannot talk, chanting can go on till end of our life. That is first of all simple process, and the assurance the Lord is giving is without delay, swift deliverer. So one gets freedom very quickly compared to all other process. That is what is the analogies that are given here. Without delay, Lord will deliver the devotee from the material ocean. Yogis have to do what? They have to fly their own chartered flight. Huh? Not like the support that we devotees, bhaktas will get. So this is what is mentioned in the Varaha Purana. Hmm? That Nayam Paramam Sthanam. Archir Adi Gatim Vina. And then here is nice assurance. Garuda Skandam. Garuda Skandam, this is coming that Lord is mounting on the Garuda. Aropya, to get on that. And Atecham Anivaritam. So Anivarita means unavoidable. So which means a kind of assurance that there is no doubt. The Lord will definitely deliver. Huh? The purport of this verse is that a devotee does not need to practice Ashtanga Yoga in order to transfer his soul to the spiritual planets. The responsibility is taken by the Supreme Lord Himself. And these promises of the Lord are not like promises of our family, our friends, our office manager who says, yeah, I will promote you next year. This year, just wait. Hmm? Yeah, but I will promise you a great future next time. So all these kind of false promises, or the business people, they say, hey, if you do this, then you'll get that. No, here it's a clean, 100% assurance guaranteed, results guaranteed by the Supreme Lord Himself, who is absolute truth, who is none other than absolute truth, is promising this, that He will deliver us. He clearly states here that He Himself becomes the deliverer. A child is completely cared by his parents and thus his position is secure. Similarly, a devotee does not need to endeavor to transfer himself by yoga practice. Rather, the Lord will, how? Riding on his bird carrier Garuda and at once delivers the devotee from material existence. So, this is another. Any intelligent man should always prefer the process of devotional service to all other paths. What is that? Yavai sadhana sampatti purushartha chatustaye taya vina tad apnoti nara narayanashraya. So naro narayanashraya. So here it says that one should not engage in different processes of fruitive activities. We may think that, come on, if I have everything, then I will have mental peace, and only if I have mental peace, then I can start. If I have pious credits, then only I can really be successful in this endeavor. Let me do everything first. No, it is not dependent on anything. It is not like first we have to accumulate a qualification. The qualification itself is what? To understand who I am. And how to get that? By chanting. So this is what it says. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, a devotee of the Lord can approach the supreme destiny easily and happily. But this destination cannot be approached by any other process of religion. Other process of religion, first of all, that you are taking responsibility more on yourself. Here, so uh, and yoga. So first of all, one has to have a stability in and understand. We are practicing something which is not so normal for us because we meditate on the personal form of the Lord, which is very easier than impersonal form, because personal form we know, okay, Lord has such a wonderful form, two hands, holds a flute. Then okay, let me buy a flute. Very easy. Or the Lord has a peacock feather. Let me offer peacock feather. Hmm. Whereas when we have an impersonal, how do we engage in active service of the Lord? I mean, last week we were discussing there the challenges of impersonal worship. So here we are now coming to this, the conclusion. This looks kind of very, very, very far out for us, no? But if we don't take steps, that will stay like that. Hmm. When we have a question, what is dharma? What is dharma? Should I do this? Should I do that? What should I do? Huh? Krishna is saying that of all whatever you're thinking that this is my duty, this is my duty, this is my duty. Krishna is saying, huh, go to hell with all those duties. If you want to have freedom hmm, and approach me, what you have to do is sarva dharma paridyancha, sacrifice, give up everything. Mamekam sharanam braja. You just take shelter of me. And then what is the benefit? Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. All whatever shortfalls you have, whatever gaps that are left over. Mokshashyami masucha. So I will give you the freedom from in that. hmm. So therefore, one should not futilely try to deliver himself in spiritual realization. Let everyone take shelter of the supreme, omnipotent God, Krishna, Godhead Krishna. That is the highest perfection of life. Any questions? Anything anyone want to add?
Oh, I have one question on
Mm-hmm.
the likingness that we have, right? So in one of the scriptures, I clearly don't know which one. It is said that for every desire that we have, we will
Mm-hmm.
take there will be one janma.
Mm-hmm.
So we have countless desires right from the young age. So by practicing Hare Krishna, Krishna consciousness, will we be liberated of all the wishes, or sorry, all the rebirths, or how will that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because Krishna is going to take away what we don't need and will fill what we need. So in that process, now these desires, and what also happens is in this process, of course, as you have rightly said, if someone has a desire to eat gulab jam and this is too much, then what happens is then he'll take a birth to eat gulab jam again. In what form we don't know. Hmm. But he will again. But then are we going to kind of eat gulab jam so much so that we will get what do we call no more taste, or what is it called? Avert. Aversion for gulab? No, it will not happen, huh? Because the more and more we eat, that experience is still staying in our mind, and then this experience is what will decide our next future. So usually people think that just by becoming very expert in bhoga, by enjoying, we will come to that frustration and then we will give up. But that is a kind of very long approach. The shortcut approach is to really to really develop also detachment at same time, because attachment will keep us binding for long time. Mm. And as you said, and when the seed is still there, then this will also will sprout and it can lead to a further taste of something. Now, how to get rid of this is actually, what if gulab jam is becoming prasad? If this gulab jam is becoming prasad, now the taste of what is increasing? It's not the taste of gulab jam is increasing, the taste for prasadam is increasing. And because the taste of prasad is increasing, and of course, initially still we see that this prasad is only gulab jam. Our understanding of this prasad is still gulab jam, yeah, gulab jam. But what is happening is the taste, what is happening is this mercy of the Lord is also going inside, where the taste for gulab jam will reduce, but the taste for his mercy increases. And when the taste for his mercy is increasing, then what will happen is that we start thinking, okay, because this is mercy of the Lord, then we have to also see what we can do in reciprocation of that mercy. Hmm. And in that process, what we will start doing is we will start engaging ourselves more and more in the service of the Lord. And when we engage more and more in the service of the Lord, then we will have less time to engage ourselves in the tastes that are in a desired state. So these seeds will be in the seed form, and no environment is there to actually sprout. Hmm? And then let's keep all these seeds like that lying, whereas our Tivra Bhakti, yeah, if it is really intensified, what it will do is it will roast these seeds. When the seeds are roasted, what will happen? They are no more suitable for sprouting, right?
Yes. So placing God in every deed and every action, every
Yeah,
wish.
yeah. So to whatever, I mean, level we can do it. If we are kind of quite very, very beginners, there is also still, it is very practical. It's not like, okay, um, spirituality is not okay after every responsibility is over, then we take it up. No, even at a very day-to-day life of eating something which we like, we can still achieve bhakti at a very, 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 very less basic level. Just like children, huh? Children are supported, right? So children cannot cook for themselves, but they are provided the facilities and they can eat, they can relish and everything. So the children is just having the desires. We also may have a very, very all kind of desires, but with this approach, what we are doing is that we are enjoying these desires, and that becomes an easier way of getting rid of this on a long term. So it's not like we are going to through a very, very hard disciplinary line where from day one we are already doubtful that we will not be successful. Hmm.
Yes. Thank you. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
yeah. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yes, Shubha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
My
Krishna.
question is, how do we? You said as karma yogi, we should devote all our karmas to Krishna.
Not all our karmas,
Okay.
all
Uh,
our fruit of our deeds.
fruit of our karma. Okay. And I can you please explain me a little bit more? Like, as I am a doctor
Mhm.
and not regular one psychiatrist, how can still practicing my medicine, I can be close to Krishna every time.
You're in a best hot seat, huh? So whoever comes, make them devotee.
Okay.
You're in a very nice position. You explain their condition. Why is this condition like that? Of course, psychology is not something different, right? To if you see in Bhagavad Gita, it's all about cleaning our illusion,
Yes.
and identity. It's all identity correction, right? That's what is happening also in psychology, with some empathy, with some sympathy, and all these things to kind of person be nice, pampered, to understand him that yeah, he should be like that. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, by the way, but this is what
Yes.
usually you may hit the clients, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then if you give them the right perspective, not just on a mode of goodness, but actually above that.
Hmm.
Hmm? So you're really doing your dharma even very nicely, in my
Okay.
opinion. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We are. I actually I am thinking
And
that.
plus one more thing, because you're also earning money, right? Of
Yes.
that,
Yes.
engage that also in service of Krishna. So you have double benefit.
Yes, and how can I do that? Like I donate in
That we
name of.
will try to come either today or next Sunday. Definitely in these 2 days we will cover that in detail.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah, Varsanalila Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Srinath Prabhu. Yeah.
In this verse, actually, this verse, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Moksheshyami Mahasuchaha. This verse comes in the 18th chapter, maybe at the very end
Correct.
of
1866.
Yeah, 18.66. Yes, Prabhuji. So here, when Krishna is explaining Arjuna to abandon all types of other dharmas and surrender, but there Arjuna has one dharma, which is the war, right? I mean, by the will of Krishna. So is it something like we have to also
Yeah.
satisfy our material dharmas or our...
No, that was not still material dharma. That is dharma to reestablish. Na? That was a service to the Lord.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
even
Yes.
if he is fighting, there was a service that the Lord has engaged him in that service. So it's not a material activity. It's not even coming under Varnashrama system also. Of course, initially there was this nice journey that Arjuna was taken through that, hey, you are a Kshatriya. Just to remind, at least at a Varnashrama Dharma, you are taking up your occupational duty properly. But if one is coming to if the mind is fully engaged in the service of the Lord, one is even above that.
So in our case, it is devotional service, and I'm right in our case. I mean, when we try to understand the verse and follow it.
You mean application? How do we do it?
Yeah, application of this verse. Yeah.
The application is yeah, as you said, what is our level? Let's try to understand that. When we understand our level, are we really situated in that level? And based on that level, what should we do? That will be the verses that will follow from 8 to 12.
Yes, Prabhu.
Then we will understand, okay, what can we aim for as a next step? Where are we and what should we continue to do? And then what is the next step that we can take up and eventually come to this platform of, doing everything only for Krishna, absolutely with no other secondary thought.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Then we'll read one more verse. Who would like to read? Latika, is it? Can you see the screen, Latika? Someone has joined that. Okay. Maybe Sia. Sia, can you read the next verse? Of course, I don't want to put anyone in hot seat. If you can read, that's nice.
I can read.
Who's that?
Lisa.
Yeah. Can you please read?
मैं एवं मन अधत्स्व मायि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवास्यसि मैं एव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशय. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. One who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service lives in a direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. So there is no doubt that this his position in transcendental from the very beginning. A devotee does not live on the material plane, he lives in Krishna. The holy name of the Lord and the Lord are non-different. Therefore, when a devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the devotee. When he offers Krishna food, Krishna directly accepts these eatables, and the devotee becomes Krishna's eyes by eating the remnants. One who does not engage in such service cannot understand how this so, although this is a process recommended in the Bhagavad Gita and in other Vedic literatures.
Prabhuji, are you mute?
Yeah, we are not able to hear you.
Okay, so
Yeah. Oh, yes.
has someone read my lip movement? No? I was asking Ram Raghav Prabhu that yesterday we were discussing, someone was saying like, okay, mind is our enemy. Hmm? But actually I put it the other way, saying that did we make mind our enemy? Uh, Is that only mind is our enemy? No, mind is neutral. It's only that with our intelligence we made it, what is that? With our lack of intelligence or not using our intelligence properly, we made it our enemy. And here this statement is saying, just fix your mind upon me and then engage all your intelligence in me with whatever little intelligence we have. When we are telling about intelligence, it's the good intelligence. Thus, you will live in me always, without a doubt. So, even if we are in this world, it's not like okay, after going to spiritual world, then we'll engage in service. No, even while we are existing in this world and doing a lot of things, because when we are here, there is not a moment that we are not doing anything. So we are doing something. But when we use our intelligence, then we can advance. Why? Because one who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service lives in a direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. How? Because through this we are engaging, we are engaging ourselves with the Lord, and Lord, who is ever eager, who is ever present within our own heart. He's present everywhere. He's in our own heart, and it doesn't take much time for him. In that way, just imagine we have a date with the Lord every date. Hmm? That He is there, we are with Him, and then what are we doing? So there is no doubt that His position is transcendental from very beginning. So right from the day one, it's not like a false promise, like okay, if you work very hard, then you will become a boss. There are lot of ifs and buts in that, but here this devotional service in bhakti yoga, it is so easy that right from very very primitive, early, basic, newbie, neophyte level, one can already be in direct contact with the Supreme Lord. This is what a devotee does not live on the material plane. He lives in Krishna. The holy name of the Lord and the Lord are not different. Therefore, when a devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the devotee. Yeah, indeed, that is happening. Only thing is, because of our anarthas, we are not able to experience the beauty of it. When we are chanting, yeah, we may think, oh, I am chanting, nothing is happening. Because of the covering, because of anarthas, we are not able to invoke this. But at least when we are chanting, the Lord is present. And his internal potency, just like how the Paramatma is present, but we are not able to see him, not able to feel him, not able to understand. But when we start gaining the knowledge and intelligence, then we start appreciating, hey Bhagavan, you know everything about me. You're with me, you know everything, what is good for me, what is bad for me. I have full trust in you. that whatever you're going to decide, that will be the best for me. Hmm. In this case, there is this one old lady in Christianity. She practices Christianity, and then this old lady has gone old, so much that she's almost in her deathbed. Then when, yeah, this is very uncommon, but what she is telling is that, when I am dead, then you put me in this coffin in the box, and you know what? You also, along with me, also put this spoon. The spoon should be with me. Why? She says that when there is always something the Lord has been giving me, always one after the other, one after. So we know that meal, right? After eating the complete meal, still there is something very nice that is going to come up. That is the nice cake, nice dessert. Usually, yeah, in Western world, we see that dessert comes in the end. For us now, we go with the flow. But yeah, so she's saying that, okay, after a hard-earned service to the Lord in this life, I'm very sure that the Lord is going to give me something very sweeter uh, later. So she said, yeah, that's why she's carrying the spoon with her. Therefore, when a devotee chants Hare Krishna, and then when he offers Krishna food, Krishna directly accepts these eatable, and the devotee becomes Krishnized by eating the remnants from day one. Huh? What is the proof? There are so many number of proofs, isn't it? Huh? Everyone can recollect so many, even their own life. Yeah, I mean, obvious. I think we have heard number of times from Sindhu Mataji, and now we hear Venimada Prabhu. What is the glories of prasadam? Hmm. You're on mute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, glories of prasadam means, so I cannot tell, Prabhuji, because it has so much mercy. It cleans the heart. You can achieve anything with that prasadam.
Yeah, there are so many miracles that happen just with prasadam. We are also we can also relate ourselves. What is the big share of prasadam in our life? Yeah, but we see that, yeah, when Prabhupada went to the West, what he was doing was cooking nice big feasts. Yeah, just imagine Prabhupada at that age, he was cooking. Yeah, now itself we think, oh, cooking is such a laborious thing. It's very tedious, very hard. But Prabhupada was cooking. He was not speaking much philosophy. Yeah. When we are reading this Prabhupada Lilamrit, we know, right? So Prabhupada only began speaking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very, very late. When Prabhupada felt that they are in a position to appreciate Krishna, hmm, then Prabhupada was explaining the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leelas. So, and not only this, there are so many incidents where people, it could be even great personalities like Steve Jobs. He was eating prasadam. Pandit Ravi Shankarji, he was taking prasadam. So many. Even Sadhguruji, he also took prasadam. The potency of prasadam is so nice that one is satisfied. Mm. He's getting a satisfaction that, okay. Now, it's not satisfaction that may come from a normal food from a restaurant or some other. Only if it is prasadam, then only it can really make a big thing. Yeah. And I don't know, last Sunday there was the class. Jay Sachinandan Prabhu gave an example. His friend was asking, you guys cook a lot, it's very tasty. And then he was asking, what is this called? It's called halwa. And then when he said, I want to also make, then uh, Jay Sachinandan Prabhu gave the recipe. And after 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, he came and said, I am making it, but it's not coming just like how you make. It's very tasty. Then he said, what is the secret? It is prasadam. It is not just the ingredients that we are bringing together and making this halwa, but it is that we offer to the Lord, and because it's honored by the Lord, that's why this prasadam becomes miracle. So many miracles. Yeah, we can even if you open a blog and put just the title "Miracles of Prasadam" and everyone put your realizations, there will be daily blasts of posts about Prasadam. Chitramali Mataji, what do you say? Maybe on mutes. Yeah, I think you guys are not expecting that I'll call your names. No? Be more active. Then we save some time. Okay, so yeah, Lisa, is this clear? Or any questions in this verse? Any practical application wise?
No, I don't have any question. It was very clear, and you also gave many examples to that, so it made it really understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, and also we still remember the prasadam that we had when we had the Bhagavad Sapta at Sushila Mataji's house, yeah, where you were all nicely cooking, offering it to the Lord, and then we were just coming only for that, 7 days. Katha, I don't know, but
It,
prasadam.
it is always a pleasure to have prasad, and we are also. I'm looking always forward to the end of the event,
Prasad,
which is
right?
the prasad. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And now I see the danger of our not serving prasad at beginning, because after prasad na we all become kind of completely satisfied, and then we may think, Katha, no, prasad is already enough. So,
Prabhuji,
yeah.
may I add one point here?
Yes, Prabhu.
I think I read from Srila Prabhupada only that Srila Prabhupada mentioned that feed the people with prasadam, that they should get infected with the devotion towards Krishna.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, saying that this inducing the Krishna Prem is possible through the prasadam. And that's also na, even if see Prabhupada was mentioning in Mayapur also for a good area around the temple, no one should what do you call? Everyone should be fed prasadam. Yeah, this is one. And yeah, and if you see also our Rath Yatra programs, it's not just only dancing and chanting. It is all about prasadam. Jagannath likes feast. He is a feast man, and he also likes that others are eating his remnants. So many people came to Krishna consciousness only by having a plate of prasad. And after coming, yeah, after coming there, Krishna consciousness is awakened. It's not like it was not there and we have given it. No, the Krishna consciousness is there, but that is awoken to that level that they, yeah, we see that how Prabhupada, white elephants, yeah, it doesn't matter, yeah, whether they were having kind of um, yeah, in the past they had all habits, but what happened with prasadam was that Krishna is, yeah. So what is happening is the consciousness, the intelligence, and all levels, all sides, uh, it works and makes one to become a devotee in this lifetime. So that's why always look for opportunity to give prasadam. Yeah, I think we also want to eat a lot. Yeah, so that we can also be blessed a lot. But let's also give a lot to others so that they'll also be blessed. Yeah, who we never know who is the best uh, around us, who is already eagerly waiting.
Prabhu, one question about the prasadam. Is there any do's and don'ts while preparing prasadam, Prabhuji? I know we should not add onion, garlic. Apart from that, are there any other do's and don'ts?
Hmm. When it comes to ingredients wise, there is always a list. If we go to the Hari Bhakti Vilas and also in ISKCON Desire Tree, there are ingredients what should not be added for normal time, for the festival time, for the uh, one guide, one general guideline is that um, we don't make prasadam so that it get wasted. Yeah? So if we are offering something to the Lord, we should make sure that that's finished. So we also have to be careful that how much we cook and in terms of quantity. If we don't take it by for maybe diet reasons, so for the pleasure of the Lord, one may make very little and give it to others. This is one thing. And the other thing is that usually it is, yeah, I think at home standards it's okay, but if we talk about temple standards, one should begin cooking after doing 16 rounds. Hmm. And also wearing proper clean clothing. Yeah, this is one more thing. And preferably not much talking. Hmm. Because there are two things. One is that we just get carried away in that um, talking rather than thinking that we are cooking for the Lord. Hmm. And not only that, yeah, it might be that, yeah, if what there is a chance that a spit can come and fall in the cooking. This is one, and then yeah, if yeah, it's better to cover our head. Hmm. These things, and very important is that when we are uh, cutting, and if something falls down, yeah, when we are cutting a vegetable and if it falls down, it's not that we throw it, we can wash it and again cook it in the cooking, yeah. But what happens after we cooked, if something falls down, what we do, we will not use that for offering, but we can dust it and use it for distribution, yeah, after the prasadam is mixed. Rupa, anything I missed that? Yeah.
I think these are.
Hmm. And maybe others can say if there's something additionally. I mean, did I cover everything? One is very important is the chanting. That is very, very important because we want to cook with consciousness, because that is what the Lord we are offering. It's not that we are cooking a food or recipe. We are offering our consciousness, our love. I mean, when we are talking about consciousness, it is that, okay, right from purchasing a vegetable to the time that we cook it, right? So this is all we are carrying, that, okay, am I selecting the right thing for the Lord? Um, and am I offering it? Mm? Just imagine a king. Mm? A king, you're making a dish for the king. How careful we will be. We just try to understand what is his taste, what does he really like, and what in that again we select the best product. And in all ways, Hemagori Mataji, Hemagori Mataji, you have something to tell, or?
No, Prabhuji, I'm just, I have small doubt. I will clarify. Yeah. So
Yeah,
suppose doing the prasadam, I mean, and the grains, sometimes we see some insects, Prabhuji, like a small insect. So can we use the grains by after washing? So for cooking the prasadam.
Usually not, but it's kind of a large quantity. Instead of throwing it, what one could do is, yeah, wash regularly and actually filter it out before washing, and again wash it. Hmm. So first of all, so what may happen is that, okay, if we have not a superior quality, or even if we have superior quality, but for whatever reason, if there's glass forms or some kind of things they are there, hmm, that is when we talk about offering, we already know that that is not the best thing for cooking. Yeah. But if the quantity is huge, in the end, still this is also the resources of the Lord, right? So instead of wasting it, that we wash more rigorously so that it's gone, and then we wash when we can offer. Maybe Apu Prabhu, yeah, have you heard anything in these lines? What to do? Because Jaipatak Maharaj, I mean, whatever I was mentioning, if something when we are cutting it falls down or after cooking, Jaipatak Maharaj in one of his classes, he was telling what should be done. But about this question, I didn't come across. Yeah.
Prabhuji, normally what I saw in the temples, I don't know the from Shastra, what they quoted, but in temple also normally what they do, if something is happened like that, they actually dry it in the sunshine so that whatever the insect they go out. Okay, and after that normally they cook. But of course, in that case, normally they cook for the
Priest for
devotees, not for
yeah,
the
not for
pujari
the
kitchen,
Lord.
not
Yeah,
for the pujari kitchen directly.
yeah.
So of course, I mean, whatever in the devotees kitchen also, they normally mix it or sometimes they offer it. But for the grihasthas, I think a little bit it is different. For grihasthas, yeah, a little flexibility is there.
Yeah. And one thing I recently came across, I don't remember where, I read somewhere, I think, that if for any chance, if hair touches the preparations, then which is usually already not allowed, yeah, at a very high standards, yeah. But worst case, one can sprinkle cow urine, gomutra. To that way, they can purify the preparations and can offer. But that is the reason one has to be very careful with the hair. And yeah, either even if they touch the hair with their own hand, yeah, if it did not fall in the food, if they touch the hair, then one has to wash and cook. And Prabhupada, I think we also see that if someone is sneezing, then they have to wash their hand. Washing the hands as often as possible is only, yeah, all good. It's not like okay. So even if we touch something that is not, and if we refer to Sri Radharamanji in Vrindavan, the standards are even high. Mm. The one who is cooking, they don't. I think even in Mayapur, na Apu Prabhu, Mayapur or in Vrindavan, usually when one enters in the kitchen, until all the vessels, oh, until all the bhoga is offered and transferred into plates, they are not. They don't leave. Something I read or heard in one of the classes, I think.
I think so, Babuji, because in Chiraga, what I know is this: whoever do the pujari kitchen service, normally the rules is this: no one from outside should have to see them and should have to, and also they should not see the what their preparations, what they're cutting. I mean, it should have to be secluded like that. So every bathroom and everything in the pujari side, normally they have their own. So
Yeah.
others they don't have the connection with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even for these insects, maybe how home standards, you can dry these grains outside in the sun. You have to take it out, like not only washing, Mataji, you have to take it out. I mean, before
washing.
Before washing. Yeah, that is important.
But
And while
I
cooking,
was thinking when she was saying, I was thinking about in suji. Sometimes it's not about the insects or worms. It's about something like some white lumps will be formed. Yeah. So those, even if you keep it outside, na, it won't dry. I mean, it won't. We have to remove them, and
yes,
that's why
yes,
we have to remove that before washing. I mean,
exactly.
Yes, Prabhuji, that we take a receiver we use and we do that. But my question,
correct.
so insects
Is a
already
worm.
that grains, right? That's why
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, we can't throw that much big stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to take it out, Mataji. I think in olden days they do different ways, na, with grains. We
No.
just
What she's saying is because the worms have been living there for quite some time. That's why she's saying, okay, is it usable? Yeah.
Prabhuji, can I ask one question?
Yeah, I think Shashwati Mataji has a question. Then we'll come to you.
Okay.
And before that, let me complete this complete topic. Whoever sneeze or cough or do anything, so we have to wash our hands before while cooking. Yeah, or even if we touch our hair, nose,
And this is home
ears.
standard. This is not temple standard, by the way.
Yes.
This is home standard.
Yes. So if we use our hand to touch our nose, our eyes, our ears, like if we touch our face with the same hand, we have to wash it and then again, do the cooking. Normally what will happen while sometimes nose is running, some things, we just do with hands like this and then Meanwhile, cutting vegetables, we do not, it's not allowed for the deities, yeah, especially. So, and after, one more important thing, like after eating our plates, it shouldn't keep it on the any place of kitchen other than in the sink, inside the sink, not on the,
Even for a
not on the,
moment, even for a
yes,
moment, as a
even for the
temporary
moment,
nothing.
because the
Last Sunday
same
we
place we
saw.
use.
Last
Yeah.
Sunday we saw one, yeah, Katyani Mate, I don't know what is her name. She became she Lord Prabhu. Anyway, so her brother, yeah, after eating simply he brought this plate and kept on the stove that is uh, in the this washing room where we have this two plated stove, na? Huh? Ram Raghav Prabhu, you saw it, na?
Yeah.
So we should not because this is the place where we usually cook or heat or anything. In our kitchen, the only thing where we can keep after eating is only in the sink or in our dishwasher. That is why we have facility. If you see in our, this is still a little compromised standard, I would say. Actually, if we just go 20 years, 30 years back, how we used to do is eating was not at all done in the kitchen. Huh? Of course, we didn't had a lavish dining room or whatever, but definitely one used to eat in the hall, and afterwards clean the hall. This is what we in the kitchen. There is no even. I mean, of course, nowadays the standards have fallen so badly that people are tasting the food whether they cooked in the kitchen itself. And even worse is that even before offering.
Okay. I mean, important thing why I was telling the keeping like eaten plates on the only keep in the sink, because the same place outside the, what to say, that table, na?
Area,
What we area,
the
the
platform.
a platform of your kitchen, yeah, the same place we use to keep the Lord's vessels. I mean, what are the, we are preparing cooking vessels, our vegetables, all what, I mean, we use the same area for the preparation of cooking. Yeah. So that's the reason it's only we have to keep it in the inside the sink or in the somewhere else, wherever you want to clean the plates, or at least as Prabhuji suggested, in the dishwasher.
Yeah. I even like Prabhu's approach. Yeah, we are still not able to do so clearly, completely. Even in fridge, yeah, because if we do not finish the whole prasadam in one sitting, and if we see that this might get spoiled in fridge, allocate a space where we can keep only prasadam, so that the bhoga and the prasadam are divided properly. Hmm? In other places, we may have some two fridges where one can store it in. But if there is only one fridge and the food is going to spoil, or we want to preserve it, then we keep it in a separate space. Usually, Apu Prabhu used to keep a small kitchen tissue paper as a space, and on that put the things. And one thing I also, I mean, now somehow we are discussing about prasadam. Never ever eat from the cooked pot. Yeah, I think we have come across this point from when we were reading Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj Kartik Kartik about Kartik Mahatmya, or yeah, that, or Damodar month, that a person has accrued sin just because he's eating from the vessel directly, which is used for cooking for the Lord. So better transfer it into some other pot, and from there you can serve and eat. My God, so many things, huh? Yeah, sorry, Dankeli Mataji or Shashwati Mataji, one of you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
After offering the prasadam, we have to maintain the same timings, Prabhuji, every day, 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
After offering,
Yeah,
it is said that one including the time of offering, it is 15 minutes. including, like, right, you are ringing bell and everything, na, and till the time when you take it off, it's 15 minutes.
Oh, minimum is 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if there is any relaxation for home standards. I don't know.
No, at least 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very simple. After doing that, if you do 2 rounds, it covers.
Prabhuji,
Or
in
1 round.
I mean, Brahman course, I mean, Bhakti, what did I forgot Puja course name? I mean, before
Deity worship course.
devotion. Is there any proper guidance from the ISKCON Prabhuji that about the timing?
Yeah, it is there.
Yes,
At least I
it's
heard
there.
from Govinda Priya Mataji when she taught us about it. She told. So it should be definitely in the course material.
Because
No,
once we
it's
are
there in the
talking,
course, definitely.
okay, because once we are talking here with Srinivas Prabhu, he told that, I mean, while he was serving that temple, Nityashavini Mataji's that temple, they told it should not be more than 10 minutes. So I asked him, I mean, why like that? He told actually it totally depends on temple to temple. There is no proper as it is something like that. The standard is maintained by the temple itself. So I am also a little confused. I also don't know.
Maybe German Yatra is like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's why. But definitely, what I know is when we tell about these minutes, it includes right from offering till the time we take. Not like after offering we count the time. This is what I remember I was told. Yeah. Yeah, but we can check.
And this timing is also for the Prabhuji, any kind of preparations like festival time we offer like so many bowls.
Even in festival time also, I think it is still the same. Yeah. Maybe one may see that, okay, if we start offering tulsi leaves into every preparation, it will take also quite some time. Maybe at that time they may count it longer. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Dankeli Mataji. Yeah, clear?
Yeah, clear. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. And Shashwati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Actually, I wanted to share something, not like a question regarding prasadam, but I want to ask you if we have time or not.
We have 5 minutes if it is sufficient. Yeah, go
Okay,
on.
yes. So quickly, I want to tell that what I felt. So Rupa Mataji was telling that Krishna itself is prasadam, and that time I couldn't realize what she meant. So, but what I felt really two things. One is that like I was not into cooking and I didn't like to cook, and I also couldn't cook nicely. And nicely, though, like it's exaggeration. I was a very horrible cook. But
Did
what
you bring
I
something yesterday, no? You didn't bring anything,
no,
no? Hopefully.
no, I didn't bring anything.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
But what I think, like something is changing. Like I can see that a little bit quality is changing. I'm not telling like very good, like now I'm like very high standard, but a little bit changing I can see. This is one thing. And like I can understand that I'm a little bit more interested, and the second thing is that like my can what I see in my husband, so he was like a hardcore non-veg having person, and then also like from the childhood now sandwich and processed meat, it was the like whole childhood they have these things, but like from the last year he already stopped having the in the evening, like the lunchtime he had in the mess of the office, but in the evening he like stopped taking the thing processed meat, just because it was a bit like in the same freeze, and then I have to clean the place, and it was too much headache for me. So he switched on to cheese and all these things, and then because he switched on to the cheese, and then like at 6 o'clock he is having something, then he is feeling hungry, and then he's telling what you are cooking I can also have, and then slowly and now it's like every day he is telling what you are having I want to have it. So I mean I can see direct change. His interest is growing. Like otherwise, like he never had like and the 7:30, 8 o'clock prasad, what like a 6 o'clock sandwich and things and over for the evening. But now he's feeling again every day almost like regularly. So yeah, these two things I wanted to share.
Yeah, very nice. So you are cooking very nicely.
No, that I don't think, but at least he is happy, and yes, my daughter is. Yeah.
I think 2 sessions before you were saying, na, cooking 7 days is, I think,
Yeah, with the
it's
Prabhuji, this is also like what you mentioned that this Bhagavad week, na, like when I came, I is like really the varieties of prasadam and all these things, and now I don't also want to miss like this kind of home programs also. So this is like a really nice break. So I'm like in between. Like I don't like to cook, but I didn't wanted to eat from outside. So in between I was like how to get a compromise, because I don't have so many families whom which I can go and share this food kind of thing. So yeah, I'm getting a bit little chance, and then I'm very like I can see then when I go and get prasadam, and I'm very happy. Yes, so
very happy. Yeah, this is what we were talking yesterday. In association, we hear to realizations of others and that inspire us. Yeah, thanks for sharing it.
thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. If there are no other questions, anything, if not, nothing to share yet, we'll wait for the next week. Maybe because I'm closing early, I'll take 1 minute more. Let's try to improve our chanting quality. Because let's not get carried away with all the festives and everything, and yeah, let's try to improve the quality of chanting, because that can take us quite far in this. So, and I would even say that morning chanting is even, yeah, most recommended. Let's try. Let's not wait for the bell to ring 12 in the night. Yeah, we can do. I'm very sure if we really take this point and analyze and assess ourselves, we can really finish rounds early. So chanting, at least chant early, that automatically improves the quality, and also have quality conscious chanting, so that we really again revisit this point regularly to improve our quality of chanting. And who was that? Our dear Adirasa Prabhu. I think he's quite occupied now. Yeah, we are waiting for the glories of the holy name. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Okay. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण।
Krishna. Hare Krishna.